No! No! You hate to see it. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes lucky. We just edit the stream info and then we'll... Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. It's not unwinnable. We can battle. We can battle. All right, what do we got? Another unkeepable hand. Oh man, it's actually close. Any land, any non-opal moxen or artifact mana. I'm not keeping it, but it's actually kind of close. If we had a probe, I would keep this hand, I think. Give it the double draw. But I think it's not enough. Goggles, man, this is great. Goggles, Montolio, Maharu, Jose, Ibichu, Sheer. That's a great top 8. It's gonna be a really hard championship event. All right, I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Not good enough. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this hand as well. Okay. So be it. Put 2 cards on the bottom. Underground Sea, Box Opal. Underground Sea, Lavinia. Definitely not Crypt. Definitely not Crypt. I'm gonna try to play a Karn. He's on 1 collector roof in the main. I think it's Opal Lavinia. I don't actually think it's very close. I think they're like, you could maybe make an argument for Underground Sea, but yeah, I mean, we mulligan to 5 again. So like, even if we hit another Moxen to turn on my Opal, it's still going to, like, I don't need it to play Karn, so. This is opponent's deck. 1 collector oof, 1 Dak, 1 Narset, 2 Oko, 3 Pyroblasts, an Abrade, 2 Negations, and 4 Force of Wills, no Dazes, so no Wastelands as well. I'd love to get that 7, but I couldn't do it. I think it's too risky. It's like close though. I think it's close. All right, so I would really just like a Moxen and just go for Karn. Think I would like to just scroll. I mean, the problem really is that Karn is not actually just good enough on its own. So I can't like scroll for a force or anything here. I think I would rather just scroll for Ancestral. I think. Maybe I'd rather just preordain and not expose my Mana Crypt. I think, yeah, I think I'm just gonna preordain and not expose my Mana Crypt. Fluster, Night's Whisper. I mean, I like both of those. I just don't know how much time I have. I guess if I take both, I can just jam a Night's Whisper next turn. And then look to, like, Karn or something. If he just plays, like, a Sprite Dragon, kind of gets annoying, right? I think I'm supposed to keep both of these. It's gonna depend, Dante. It's gonna depend. Are they just gonna jam a walker here? Holy moly. That's a lot of people. The bait and switch. Welcome everybody. We're playing the top 8 versus a really rough matchup. Was our last loss in the Swiss. We're playing against a Rug Arcanist deck. We're playing Esper PO. Sure hope they don't have Ancestral as their last card here. Welcome everybody. This game is game 1 of the top 8. We mulled to 5 on the draw. That's not ideal. Ideal. We're really not gonna be able to fluster anything that makes sense. Like if they have Ancestral, we can't fluster it, and if they replay Ancestral, we could replay the fluster. We could fluster the copy if they had Ancestral. But I don't really think that's like worth it. I think I would rather just use my floating mana to Merchant Scroll for our own Ancestral. I guess I could Merchant Scroll for a Mental Misstep. Yeah, I think Hollow Vine is a really good choice. I just didn't really enjoy playing it very much. The deck is very strong versus non-wasteland decks. Thank you for all the follows, everyone. I appreciate that. I could get Mental Misstep, or I could get. I think I'm supposed to get Ancestral. Like, I'm not really gonna be able to stop this. Really not gonna be able to stop this Dreadhorde Arcanist. So I would rather try to win instead of try to stop it. Unfortunately, we don't have like a Graph Digger's Cage in our board. If we had a Graph Digger's Cage, that might work. Oh, damn. What is our board? I should show you our board. This is currently our board. It's not really set up to be the best Karn deck because in Vintage, Karn the Great Creator is restricted. So we have access to a couple Needle effects as well as 1 or 2 Graveyard Hate spells. So they have a Sprite Dragon. Okay, that's a good sign for us. That means that they don't have like a Preordain or anything. So we're going to take 3. And opponent will have 4 cards. Likely to have a Pyroblast, but not guaranteed. And then we have the ability to jam an Ancestral and has Flusterstorm backup. Which is pretty good here. Unfortunately, our Karn is just going to die right away, basically. We really don't have, like, the greatest targets for it. But we could always, like, play a Karn, get a Tormod's Crypt, turns on our Opal as well. I think what we want to do is just play our island, cast Ancestral. If they have... I guess it's really bad if they have Force of Negation. So maybe I should just play my Opal first to get my storm count higher. I could even play Karn, but then I can't really use the Fluster that I have. So let's try just Ancestraling. We have protection from... Oh, they just have a Misstep. Am I willing to battle? Yeah, I'm probably willing to battle. It means I won't be able to play the Karn this turn. The Karn's just not doing enough as it is. I guess if I had played Karn first and had gotten a Crypt, then I would have been able to do this stuff. So maybe that's just the misplay in all of this, is I'm just supposed to... I was supposed to maybe play the Karn first. That seems like asking for a lot, especially if... Well, I guess I could have protected the Karn from Force of Negation. I don't think I'm resolving this Ancestral. You guys have high hopes. Force of Will, pitching Force of Will. So my Karn would have gotten Force of Willed. Interesting. Alright, so we really need opponent to... I don't know. Opponent to have a land in hand and draw a land, I guess. Even if they do that, they do have Mystic Sanctuary. Oh, am I dead? Oh, I'm dead. I'm just so dead, aren't I? 12, 9. No, I'm not dead. Oh... And this matchup is just something else, isn't it? We didn't play any Pyro Mirrors today, did we? I mean, yeah, of course we died to our crypt, but of course we died to our crypt. Yes. I mean, we put up a decent fight for mulliganing to 5. We would have been able to PO there. 2 mana, draw 2. Need to hit another PO. Draw 3. It would have been close. It would have been close. No, always tails. Tails never fails. That was game 1. So we're going to game 2 now. We're going to bring in Swords, Balance, Flusterstorm, and Soul Guide Lantern. And we're going to board out Urkel's Recall, Opal, and Vampiric Tutor. Opponent will be attacking our artifact mana base, so you don't want to be stuck with an Opal without Metalcraft. Vampiric Tutor is card disadvantage, and opponent is casting 1-for-1s and trying to stop us from doing that kind of thing. And the opponent has no artifacts in their deck, so Urkel's Recall is not very good. They will be bringing in Null Rods, but you don't really want to answer that with Urkel's Recall. You would rather answer that with like Repeal or Teferi. Basically the logic behind it all. There's like some amount of playing Blightsteel versus playing Bolas's Citadel, but if you look at opponent's deck, 1 Dak Fade, 2 Oko versus like, it's tough because they have like Abrades and they'll be bringing in Nature's Claims and Null Rods and that kind of stuff. I think it's hard to ask to be Blightstealing against 3, Dak Okos. I think that's just too much. I think that's a little bit too much. So we're gonna run like this. I don't know. Oh, Tails never fails, chat. Come on. All right, so it was a rough Moldify, but we had a chance. We had a chance. Now we're on the play. Let's see what we have. We have nothing. Like, we've never kept a 7. Okay, all right, no 7s. So let's try again. Yeah, we have to keep this one. Let's hope for. I think we just want to get rid of. I like pitching the Narset. Or the Night's Whisper. The Narset and Night's Whisper are both the hardest cards to cast in this hand. It's unlikely we'll be casting the Night's Whisper unless we immediately hit fetch, but we could still be playing like Lavinia or Ponder plus fetch land in that situation. It's like a little rough to be wanting to play Narset due to how many Pyroblast opponents are probably running. I do think we'll probably start by probing, even though it's good with Mentor. I think I'm going to put the Narset away. I think I would rather have the unpyroblastable Night's Whisper. Let's see what opponents got. They have Oof, 2 lands, Walk, Pyroblast, Brainstorm. Man, if we just had a winning turn 1 hand, this would have been the one. That's a really bad draw without any Moxen. We're really looking for lands and oh, hello there. Man, if we could draw on that Pearl, we would have been able to slam Lavinia. I guess Lavinia's not really doing that much. So here, as long as they don't hit a Moxen, they're just gonna hold open Pyroblast. So what we really want to do is take the Pearl and the Academy and then play Mentor. They'll end step a Brainstorm, Time Walk, and then play Collector Oof with Pyroblast backup. And then we can play Lavinia into Ancestral. We're gonna have to get a little lucky, I think. I guess I should order it the other way, and I should put this layering in my hand. I don't want to play the Pearl because I don't want to expose it to some kind of removal spell. They're just going to hold open Pyroblast, so we need to do our best to not let them get value from the Pyroblast here. I guess I should have played this to play around maybe a Spell Pierce. It's possible. Right, I'm just going to jam this Mentor while I think they have no Force of Wills. They're thinking about brainstorming into a Force of Will is what they're thinking about. Looks like they're gonna try. Let's see if they find one. It can only be Force of Will, it can't be Force of Negation, and they have no dazes in their deck, so it's not gonna be a daze. It could also just be a Lightning Bolt. Fortunately, we can't really play around that in any meaningful way. So I assume they're gonna play Tropical Island or a fetch land that they drew, Time Walk. Untap, slam, oof, and hold open Pyroblast if they hit a land. If not, maybe bolt and play another blue. Oh, all right. So they didn't hit a land. Probably why they're preordaining. So if they hit a land, will they slam oof? Probably not. They'd probably hold open Pyroblast. Bottom is a good sign. They have 7 cards. They have 5 cards that we don't know about. We have an Ancestral coming off the top. Hopefully we can bait a Pyroblast with this Lavinia and then resolve an Ancestral. That would be the ideal line here. Tormod's Crypt. Tormod's Crypt? Tormod's Crypt. Why is there a Tormod's Crypt? All we have is Yogwill Snapcaster. We don't even have a dig in our deck. Maybe they don't know that. I don't know. Tormod's Crypt's a weird one. Exile from my yard? Yeah, sure. You got it. Slam oof. Okay. So now we no longer have access to Lavinia plus Ancestral. I think I want to try to bait a block here. There's very few spells that I actually can cast here, so maybe they'll take the bait. I think I'd like to do it with the Tolarian. That way, if I draw like an Underground Sea, I can still cast my Lavinia post-combat. Not willing to block. They just have the Mental Misstep off the top? Well, fuck me. They've had Mental Misstep for our Ancestral every game! we lost to them in the Swiss in the last round, and they also had Mental Misstep for my recall every time. Oh, I mean, I could have played Lavinia first, but then I can't cast Ancestral because I can't use this mana. Oh, okay. Dreadhorde Arcanist. This Lavinia does stop Dreadhorde Arcanist. They can just Pyroblast it though. Alright, I think my favorite draw would be like just being able to Night's Whisper probably. That's not able to Night's Whisper. Jeez. Just yeah. There's no way they block, right? I can get another 2 damage in. I have to swing with both though. I think I'm just a coward. There's just so little spells that actually I can play on the stack there. It's just Brainstorm and Swords if I had Swords. If they trades, I'm like really in a bad position. I guess I just can't do that. Alright, so now this thing's gonna get Pyroblasted on their turn, and then they're going to flashback a Preordain. I really needed that island to be an Underground Sea. I really needed the island to be an Underground Sea. So there goes the Lavinia. Flashbacks the Preordain. Yeah, we can double block the Arcanist for sure. There's really no way that goes wrong, especially with them having no open red mana. They still get their flashback preordain. Basically like they played a Snapcaster over 2 turns. Oh, I guess they're going for Brainstorm. Then maybe they have a fetch land. We no longer know any cards in our opponent's hand. Matchup is just... They've had the 1-of Collector oof in all the games as well, right? Maybe not the second game. Fetch land. Now what? What do you have after fetch land? A delve spell? Probably. Or maybe just a lightning bolt? No, Mystic Sanctuary, the Time Walk. Fair. You have a preordain into Time Walk? Yeah. I mean, as long as they don't find a delve spell. Dig through time? Are they on Gush? Jeez, not Gush. Oh no. We're dead. We lost game 1 and we're gonna lose game 2. All of our ancestrals have been missteps. Oh god, they're gonna scroll for ancestral. This matchup is really bad and opponents drawn really well. Too many oofs. There it is. We're up a negative game. That is something we're up. For sure. For sure. They kept in Lightning Bolt. Nothing like Lightning Bolt for sure. Opponent's combo deck. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Look at you, 8-0. What a master. So they just Mystic Sanctuary back their Gush. Mystic Sanctuary back their Time Walk. We are unequivocally not still in it. So I do appreciate you saying that. We are. Technically, we can draw Tinker. That's about it, I think. Tinker, and they have to have only 1 spell. And then we have to hit well at the top. Like, we just did not draw the right cards for this matchup. They just had Pyroblast, too. Yeah. Yeah. Just... I don't think you can win a game of Magic if your Ancestral gets misstepped 4 out of 4 times. I think that's too much. I could have forced that, and maybe I'm supposed to. But I'm just having a hard time seeing us winning if I force there. I'm having a hard time seeing if winning if this resolves, so I guess we'll go to 1. Now we can't even Tinker. Oh, I just have a force and we're dead. Alright. Alright, yeah, that's a bad matchup. That's a bad matchup. Okay, so thank you to Yama Killer and Canister for the huge raids. Thank you everybody who hung around after that. A lot of you have. If you're new here, my name is Justin. I'm actually one. I stream vintage. If you're interested in vintage at all, please feel free to follow the Twitch or subscribe to the YouTube. There'll be a link down below and a link in chat. I put up tons and tons of YouTube and Twitch VODs for vintage. So I think vintage is at a great place right now for you to get into the format. It's really cheap on Magic Online. It's a great EV play for challenges, and I think it's really fun. So I hope that I can see some of you in leagues later. And yeah, I really appreciate everyone who's following and hanging out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you guys over to Buster Bonnie, who's in chat. He's Shere Khan. So he's 8-0 right now, and he's also streaming the top 8. Well, now top 4. So you guys can get to watch the conclusion of the Vintage Challenge or Vintage Showcase Challenge over on Nico's stream. I'm really happy with today's performance. I think my deck, which is my build of PO, a little bit different than the most common builds of PO. We were able to top 8 with it. We versed a bunch of hard matchups, a bunch of hard opponents today, so it was actually like a pretty good showing. I'm really happy. So I'm gonna get you guys in the raid, and I hope to see you guys all over in Nico's channel. All right. So if you hop in this raid, you're gonna go watch the rest of the top 8. Thanks, guys. That's awesome. Oh my. Everybody, awesome. Thank you everyone who's followed. I will catch you maybe tomorrow for maybe stream Legacy or Pioneer challenge, maybe showcase event. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Until then, stay safe and have a good weekend.